these are all early returns, but already we're seeing a trend happening here in some of the races. We'll start off Galveston County Commissioner. I'm sorry, Galveston County Treasurer's Office. Kevin Walsh, the incumbent, is trailing Hank Dugie. Hank Dugie with 9,108 votes there, as you can see. And then Kevin Walsh with 4,156 votes. Janet Hoffman with 3,348 votes so far in county commissioner. That is a dominant lead right now for Hank Dugie in that race. So that one right now, we're not going to call it right now just based on early returns. We want to see what the day of returns were. But right now, Hank Dugie, who's spending a lot of money on trying to promote a campaign where he was going to eliminate the office. Obviously, that's the state legislature that can do so. But he thinks by being in office, he could make that happen by pushing the state legislature to change that up. So that's some interesting there. Our first winner of the night, we'll go ahead and declare it. Kerri Foley, reelected to this was a no-brainer here. Reelected to County Court number 2, Judge Kerri Foley, just dominating there over Todd Lee, the political newcomer in the Republican primary. 13,624 votes for Kerri Foley. Judge Foley over Todd Lee, 2,566 votes. And so Kerri Foley is going to carry the day in that one, and there is no Democrat running in that race as well. So Kerri Foley will be the winner in that. Taking a look now, Ken Clark seems to be on his way to re-election as well. Pretty close to almost doubling the numbers of Matt Robinson, Dr. Matt Robinson running against him. Clark with 3,035 votes, Robinson with 1,420 votes. Interesting thing on this is that Ken Clark, obviously, no secret, he's been battling cancer, and then also had an accident and falling and having a hurting his hip, had to be up. So a lot of his campaign season, he wasn't out there. Got to some events that he could early on. Then after his accident, couldn't make it out. In fact, couldn't participate in our forum because of that. But Ken Clark dominating so far in his reelection bid to county commissioner, precinct 4. For those of you just joining us again, we'll go up to the county treasurer's race, where right now Hank Dugie really leading the way big time. He's got 9,108 votes to Kevin Walsh's. The incumbent is Kevin Walsh, 4,156 votes to Janet Hoffman's 3,348 votes. Take a look now to the other race. We'll go ahead and declare this one here as well, and that's going to be for Galveston County Republican Party Chair, Dr. Pat McGinnis, the incumbent there. He came in at a time in which the party was really having some trouble on some scandals breaking out there. McGinnis dominating in this one, 11,193 votes to Norman Papooses' 4,055 votes. Papoose, former Galveston City Councilman, now lives on the mainland, but at this point now, Pat McGinnis, the winner in that one. We'll just go ahead and call that one up. Taking a look at there was some interest in the State Board of Education. We got 2 locals, Julie Pickren along with Danny Sermon, running in this one right now. Pickren at this point has more than 50% of the vote. She is dominating here with 22,277 votes. That's all the district. The numbers, these are from the Secretary of State's office. Michael Barton is in second place at 11,285. Danny Sermon, the other local, 5,887. And then Abulajai Oyabami, I'm going to make sure I pronounce that right, 1,248 votes there, coming in distant fourth. Again, Pickren, though, has more than 50% of the vote. If that holds, she will avoid a runoff in that race. I know some folks were, four-way race. We're looking at that. We'll not again, but we'll go into this one now. Mike Nelson, the popular incumbent, Justice of the Peace Precinct 2. He's in a fight right now with Blake Apfel. Nelson with 2,700 votes, and Blake Apfel with 2,576 votes in the GOP primary there. You remember when Mike Nelson used to be the staunch Democrat, and in fact, when things were going the Republican way, he stayed as a Democrat, lost that went to Jim Schweitzer, came back as a Republican and won that primary. But now he's finding his first challenge since that time, and he is now trailing. Not trailing, he's leading the race, but it's a tough one right now for him. Again, the races we've called so far: Kerri Foley, 13,624 votes, just dominating Todd Lee for the GOP nomination. Galveston County Judge, County Court number 2. There is no Democrat there, so Kerri Foley on her way to re-election here in that race again, just dominating that. We've already called that race in her favor there. County Commissioner Precinct 4, that's Ken Clark and Matt Robinson in that race there. And Ken Clark more than almost doubling the number of votes Matt Robinson has gotten there. And so he is looking to be on his way to re-election. We hadn't called it officially yet, but it's getting awfully close. The other race we have called, Dr. Pat McGinnis, the incumbent GOP chair, just dominating in his race, and we'll go ahead and call that one for him as well. Norman Pepys he's got too much ground to make up in a party primary, and just it doesn't look like he has the legs to make that work. Again, one of the most contested races around has been for GOP chair, not GOP chair, GOP treasurer. The winner of this goes on to win the race, and this has been a one. Again, it's Hank Dugie, who's been the League City Mayor Pro Tem, been running on the whole platform of, hey, I'm going to eliminate the treasurer's office. Now, he can't do it by himself. That's never been his contention. It takes the state legislature to do it, but he says having someone in office pushing for that would make the difference. Kevin Walsh, the incumbent, has been there since 2003, is making the push to stay in. But right now, he's got a rough road to hoe here on this one, because he's at 4,156 votes to Hank Dugie's 9,108. And Janet Hoffman, who came into the race, at 3,348. Dugie, at that number right there, he's above 50%. And would avoid a runoff there. When we come back the next time around, we're going to take a look at the State Rep 23, updated numbers from State Senate 11 GOP, as well as the Democratic primary for Congress District 14, as well as the Republican race there as well. And we'll have those updates for you as throughout the night. Again, as I was telling you, we're going to focus the hyper local on our local races and then move on. And then we'll get to the bigger races statewide here a little bit as well. I'm TJ All. It's I-45.